Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another video. All right, so this one is going to be a little different. As you can see, today's video is going to be a clock. That's the end result. I'm going to make a clock. Now, I'm going to show you guys all about what I have here on the table. So if a couple videos back you saw I did that sculpted panel from bare woods with the golds and the browns and all of that. So this is also from bare woods as well, and it is a whole clock thing. So I will show you this here is a 16-inch round, okay, and you get two pieces with it. So the first piece, which I have already gone ahead and added like 4 coats of gesso to it, so it comes looking like this, obviously. Okay, so I've added 4 coats of gesso to this side, and then you get this second piece that has the big hole in it because that is where the clock mechanism is going to go. And so I've, taped the back, and I've done my gesso and painted the sides white because when this is done, you must stick this top piece to the bottom piece like so. And then you see that is where the hole is. And this will go in here and be flush with the hole. Okay. So now this is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm learning as I go. You can also purchase these 3-inch ticks. Actually, is this a 16-inch or a 20-inch? I don't know. Let me see. I could be wrong. I'm wrong. It's 20 inches. It's a 20-inch clock. All right, there you go. 20 inches, not 16. So you get these ticks. They come in different colors. There's black, silver, rose gold, I think. I will tell you my personal opinion. I have received black ticks and I don't like them because they show any little flaws that might be on them or any nicks or scratches. And that is why I actually prefer the silver ones instead. So if you are going to purchase this and you're wondering if you should do black or silver, I would personally go with silver. I've had issues with the black ones. I'm just being honest to everyone watching. Anywho, so these ticks at the end will go in here, as you can see, like this, in the holes, and you will have your clock, okay? Then, of course, you have your mechanism, and then you can buy the clock hands from the website as well. And they sell all kinds of shapes and sizes. It's not even funny. They've got these really massive long ones, for much, much bigger. This would be maybe for like a size 36-inch. Perhaps, but they have silver, black, they have white hands, I believe. So anywho, I've got these ones here. This will be perfect because this is literally right in the middle of the hole, and it doesn't, as you can see, hit the ticks as it's gonna go around. So this is the perfect size, and silver is what I'm going to be using. So check that out on the Bare Woods website. Information will be listed in the description below. And of course, you can save 5% off using code Kanella. That again in the description below. So I am going to do a Dutch pour on this without this underneath. So this is for later, next step. So I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to prop this up and I'm going to do a Dutch pour. And it's going to be interesting because there's holes. So obviously the paint is going to drip into and through the holes. I don't have the back taped because it doesn't really matter because it's going on the other piece and you won't see the back of this. So I didn't really bother to tape it because you don't need to. So I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna do a Dutch pour and we'll see how it turns out because of course it is going to seep through the holes. So I'm trying this for the first time and I'm recording it. So you are going to see the trials and tribulations and the success and pros and cons and everything with me together. So I am going to set myself up and I will be right back. All right, so I've got it up on my little red cups here, and it is perfectly level. So the colors I'm using today, base is going to be my Titanium White by Amsterdam. And then the colors I went with are, since this is unique piece and not something I typically do, I wanted to choose colors that I love and I hope most people love. Blue, of course. But I'm going with like a smoky dark blue. So the colors I'm using are going to be Pewter by DecoArt. I did use that in the last video or whenever, a video or two ago. It depends on when I put this video up on YouTube. So, and I really liked it. And then I have Prussian Blue Phthalo by Amsterdam. Then I have Iridescent Silver by Pebeo. Then I have Phthalo Turquoise by Holbein. And then topping it off, Blue Black Indigo by Atelier. So I've got nice dark smoky blues in this. Of course, going to be using the Flower hair dryer. Now, typically I probably would have liked to use the 24 karat gold with the blues because I really think the colors would pop really nicely. However, I'm not, because the clock hands and the ticks are silver. So if you end up finding gold, I'm pretty sure they have gold on the website. I can't remember, so you'll have to look. But if you want gold and they have gold, then definitely, obviously, you know, substitute silver for gold, and you can get gold hands and ticks or whatever and use gold in your painting. All right, so I'm going to flood the canvas, but it's not a canvas, it's wood. So I'm going to flood this and see how this is going to work out because, of course, obviously there's holes in the board. So I'm going to start. I won't speed you guys up yet, but I might, depending on how I figure this out. Let's see here. Like I said, I've never done this before. And this is new to me, so I am learning as I go, and I figured I'm going to record it because I'm, you know, don't want to do it twice. First time's a charm, hopefully. Anywho, we'll see how this goes. It's so bizarre because I'm going over the holes and it feels weird. All right, using my spatula to evenly spread out my paint. And hopefully, see, having this level is super duper important because if it's not level, then all your paint is going to run off the side and it's going to go up through the holes. So you don't want that to happen, obviously. So I'm thinking I may have to fidget with these holes after the piece is dry. Maybe take a knife or something, a tool of some sort, to scrape any paint that has filled the hole, because these holes are pretty tight and the ticks fit in them perfectly. So I'm assuming by filling these ticks with some paint, it could potentially clog up the hole and the ticks may not fit properly in there after, I'm assuming. So again, we're going to find out when I'm done with this painting and we'll see. But I'm gonna suggest, and probably, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to play with these ticks. All right, so I think I have that fully covered with a nice layer of paint there. We'll find out soon enough when I go to blow it. It's kind of hard spreading that out, knowing there's holes all over that, which is weird. I'm just, I look under the table and there's like white paint where all the holes were. So I'm just going to rub the edge here and make sure that my edges are covered with paint. Okay, there we go. All the way around. I'm going to pop the bubbles. Now, keep in mind, though, that when I do the Dutch pour on this, the blowout, you know, the composition I end up with is going to change as this is drying because the paint is going to be, you know, seeping through the holes here. So I am sure that it is going to somewhat, somehow, mess with the composition. So we'll see. We'll see how this works. So I'm just kind of popping all the bubbles here to let the paint seep through. There we go. There we go. Okay. I can tell you right now, I'm definitely going to have to fidget with these holes after and scrape off any excess buildup because I have a feeling it's going to be hard to put the ticks in. Okay, let's just get started and see what happens. So I'm going to go, I was contemplating this. I'm going to go from here like that. I'm going to pretend these holes aren't here because it doesn't matter because when I blow it out, it's going to go everywhere anyway. Like that, and then like that. That's what I'm doing. Let's see what happens. All right, now we've got the phthalo. No, yeah, Prussian blue phthalo. This is going to be a really rich, dark blue piece. Don't forget, I am going to Texas in a few short weeks, guys. Heading to Dallas, Texas to be part of the Fluid Art Experience. So I am going to be teaching Dutch pours on white base, black base, color split base. So if you want to learn how to do paintings on a black base and not muddy up your colors and make sure your colors stay vibrant and beautiful and all that, and you know, color splits like you saw in a previous video, I am going to be teaching that in Dallas, Texas. So come and join me live. There's going to be prizes to be won in my classes. There's also dinners, gala parties, wrap parties. You know, if you've been watching my videos, you know what I'm talking about. So check it out, fluidartexperience.com. Check out the website for all the information, for the ticket prices and all of that. Come and see me. I'd like to say I'll be back in Texas at some point again, but I can't really see that happening. So if you are in Texas or close to Texas and you're contemplating and think, oh, I'll see her next time she comes, there's probably not going to be a next time. So come and see me now while I'm there. All right, let's, this should be interesting. Let's blow it out and see what happens. Okay, I love this. First of all, I love the colors, okay? I love the way this blew out, except for right here. The paint went in the hole and I didn't blow it across so that it would continue over there. So I'm having a problem just with this spot here. and maybe a little bit over here. But again, I don't think there's much I can do about that. This I'm a little concerned about. Let's see if I can, I don't know. I wonder if I should just, this one piece, why did it do that? Because I didn't blow it properly. And I'm afraid to re-blow it because I might ruin this nice color, and then I'm really going to be mad at myself if I do that. Everything else was perfect. Like this blew over, this is in here, this is fine. Maybe a little bit here I could have done a little better. But overall, I think it's great considering. Just blew some of that pewter in there. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit, oh my gosh, a little bit of blue. Okay. Little bit of pewter. And I don't know, blue black. Maybe I should add some silver. Okay, and I'll add some silver. This should help. I think this might work. Okay. Without getting myself into the paint. Oh, I did it! Oh, I like it. Except for this nub sticking out. There. That worked. Okay, so that worked really, really well. So I'm happy with that. I don't like the way this is. Sticking out. Okay, so the only other part I'm gonna fix is this, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to crawl onto the table. I can't turn it, and I'm not gonna move it, so it's gonna stay where it is. So let me, I'd say fix my edges, but there's nothing really to fix aside from maybe rubbing some more white along the sides. But I'm gonna bring you guys in for a close-up, but I'm gonna fix this part and then show you guys the close-up. So I'll be right back. All right, everybody. So I'll show you guys really quickly the wet results. Show you guys a close-up. So I'm really glad I did what I did over here because now it totally matches. And here's where I put the other blob right over there on the left. So that now matches as well. So I'm loving the rich blues. I'm loving the cells. All right. So now I gotta wait for it to dry. All right, everybody. So the painting is dry. It dried perfectly well. Let me show it to you the right way. So this is it here. And look at that shimmer. All right, so that's done. And you can see that the holes are nice and clean. There's no paint goop in them or anything like that. Okay, so realistically, I should be using wood glue and clamps and all kinds because I have to glue these two pieces together. Okay. Now, I don't have wood glue and I wasn't about to go out and buy anything because I want to make this simple for anyone who's watching who has art materials and not contractor materials. So if you have a handy hubby who has, you know, wood glue or whatever, by all means, use wood glue. I'm going to use resin, believe it or not, to stick these two pieces together. And I don't want to use clamps because I'm afraid that the clamps might leave an indentation into the board or the paint or whatever. So I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this like this. Now I have this brown paper here because my table is pretty dirty and I want to make sure that the painting doesn't get any dirt or anything on it. So I've got this now facing down, and this is the back, obviously, because I have it taped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some resin, and I'm just going to put a little bit in here in the cracks, all in here, and then a little bit in here. Then I'm going to place this on top, and I'm going to make sure by feeling that my edges are completely aligned, because if they are not, then that's just no good, is it now? So then you make sure they're completely aligned, and then because you can see, I want to make sure this is pushed down and that it's adhering, you know, really well to the other board and there's no gaps. I'm going to use my weights that I use for exercise, and I'm going to put them like this on the board, like so, and that should be heavy. Oh yeah, that is heavy enough to keep the board down. Okay, so, oh, that almost fell on my foot, on my tootsie. Good thing I moved my foot in time. If you don't have weights, find something else in your house that's really heavy. A can of paint, anything, something, a casserole, I don't know. I'm sure you've got something heavy. Go and get some rocks or stones or bricks or I don't know, whatever. So I'm going to mix some resin and get this ready, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have mixed my Krystal resin. This is just a regular tabletop resin. Okay, you don't want to be using casting resin or anything like that. Don't forget, you can save 7% off your resin needs using code Kanella7. All right, so I've mixed a lot of resin, and no, you don't need this much. I'm actually going to use it to resin some pieces after I finish this part of the video. So I didn't want to mix twice. So I made a big batch because I'm going to be working on some other stuff. All right, so I'm going to, let's see, I'm just going to start by drizzling some resin, and I'm going to obviously try and avoid the holes, because you don't want to get it in the holes, because then the ticks will not fit in the holes. Trust me. All right. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to use my fingers just to kind of rub it into the wood. Now, don't forget, when this part is done and dry and the two pieces of wood are stuck together, I will be doing, obviously, a top coat of resin. Whoa, close to the edge there, Kanella. I will be doing a top coat on the other side, and when I do that, the resin will go along the sides, and it'll also, I guess you could say, glue the sides together as well. Okay, I need to be more careful here. I don't want to go too close to the edge because I don't want it seeping out. Okay. I just want enough so that when I put the other board down, it will stick together. Now, again, this is my first time doing this, so I cannot guarantee you it should work, but you know, like I said, I've never done it. I have too much, so I'm scraping some off. But I don't see why it won't work. If you saw my little blue sculpted panel video I had done a little while back, I did put those two pieces together with resin, and it is perfectly fine, as I literally drag my finger right over the hole. I need to stop talking. Okay. But anyways, yeah, it worked well. So, should work well. All right. I'm going to take that one off, and then this one I'm going to reuse because it's not as filthy. All right. I want to make sure I want to clean out any resin I may have gotten in that hole and all the other holes seem to be fine. Okay. So I shall now take my wooden board, place it on top. I guess I didn't need resin in the center, did I now? That's okay. Oh, this is great. It glides so nicely, so I can actually feel and make sure the edges are flush. Oh, this is great. Okay, it feels good. Feels pretty good. Yeah. All right. Oh boy, you definitely need something heavy. No joke. All right, I'll put these down, and I know that just moved. So I'm going to, maybe I should get my heavier weights. Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 heavier weights. Work out while you videotape. All right, so, these are 10 pounders. I'm gonna put them right to the edge like this. Okay. Oh yeah, it's totally slipped there because I moved everything. Oh. Okay, this has to be perfect because I'm telling you, if it's not perfect, you're gonna have a problem because once it's dry, it ain't going anywhere. All right. This should be interesting. Okay. Am I still flush? Yes. Oh gosh, these are 15 pounders. Okay. Oh, this sucker ain't going anywhere now. Haha. Okay. Flush, completely flush, very flush. All right, that's it. So, and for good measure, since, you know, I have them here, there we go. I'm gonna add these little 5 pounders. So what do I have on here? 15, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds. Okay, I got 60 pounds on the table. So, okay, that's it. It's flush. So I'm going to leave it, and tomorrow morning I'm going to add the final coat of resin and add the ticks, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody. Next morning, and there's some good news and some bad news. Good news is the piece is definitely stuck together really well. Bad news is that some of the resin seeped through the holes on when it was laying flat upside down, and the paper got stuck to the board. So I've calmed down. It's been about 45 minutes of being very angry and just mad at myself for being silly and not realizing that the resin would seep through if I had put the resin too close to the holes. So there are parts of the board that are a little damaged. As you can see, I had to use my heat gun to pull the resin up and the paper. Needless to say, I'm really angry about this, but I can fix it. I will fix it. And like I said, this is the first time I've done this, and lesson learned. And I do this stuff on camera so that if something bad like this does happen, you guys will know about it, so that if you do it yourself, you will not make the same mistake I did. So this is why I do these videos. You know, and I don't try it first and then do it so that it's perfect for you guys to see it. I want you guys to see my mistakes so that you don't repeat them. So that being said, I'm going to take my Arteza brushes. I'm going to take my sandpaper, and I'm going to sand the edges and all these parts here that are rough and have brown paper still stuck that I can't get off. And I'm going to sit here for I don't know how long. See, this is all the stuff that was stuck to it. And I'm going to sit here and like you can see here, it pulled up some of the blue because there was paper stuck here. I managed to peel it off, but it did take off some of the blue. So I'm going to do my very, very best to paint the white parts and then add in a little blue and just kind of blend it in the best I can. So I'll be right back. All right, everybody. So it's been, I don't know, over an hour, but I have managed to touch up all the spots that were messed up. Obviously, if you look really, really, really close, you'll see certain little tiny imperfections, but you actually can't really see it that much. And I fixed any parts of the blue that was peeled away. So I've put in some of the ticks, but I wanted to show you up close. Like, I know you can see probably that imperfection there, but I'm hoping that once it gets the top coat of resin on it, you really aren't going to see anything. But look at it. So, like, I mean, I think I did a pretty good job of fixing the parts that were messed up. So let me find here. This here, right here, this is a blue spot all the way around that was damaged. So I literally just took a brush and blended the colors in. So it actually looks pretty good. So yes, I was pretty upset this morning. And a few choice curse words. Yes, I do curse from time to time, but I've learned my lesson. A, not to do that again. And B, if something like that does happen, you can fix it. But again, I've never done that before and it's never happened to me before, so I didn't really know what to expect, but it was actually, it was an easy fix. A long process to fix, but an easy fix. So anywho, most of my ticks, as just like this one, fit in perfectly fine. And then there are some that just need a little help, like this one. Oh, no, never mind. That one went in nicely. Some of them you might have to just give a light smack with the hammer. This one's really loose. Okay. And so, yeah, this one's not going in. So I'm going to give it a little tap with the hammer. Look at that, nice and tight, which is what I want. And that one went in perfectly. So there you go. The ticks are in. Perfect. This one's super loose. The rest seem to be okay. Not that it matters, because once I put resin, there we go. Once I put resin on this, the resin will seep into the holes, which is fine this time around. And it'll all stay nice and tight. So there you go. There is the clock with the ticks. Okay, so I am now, or not now, later, because it's 11, and you all know what I do when I resin is I only resin at night. So I'm going to do my best to set up the camera and pour resin on this and show you guys me doing that. I hope I get the camera out and do that for you guys. I'll try my best. But yeah, it'll get a top coat of resin and then it will be done. So on to the next step. All right, everybody. Last step of this, well, almost the last step, but I've got my resin mixed and ready to go. I ended up taking the ticks out because I figured it would be easier to spread this out and get it all covered without these ticks in the way. And speaking of getting it out, I didn't bring my heat gun. All right. Definitely need the heat gun. Okay, there we go. All right, so obviously I'm not concerned about the resin getting in these holes because I'm gonna put the ticks in it and that's what's gonna make the ticks stick, kind of like glue, right? And then as for this hole here, whatever falls in here, if for some reason it clogs up, I could just get my husband's drill and, you know, use the drill bit and clear out that hole. Or when you heat it up with a heat gun, you can use something to scrape out any excess resin. Super simple to get that cleaned out if the hole clogs up for some reason. All right, so let's put the resin on. I'm telling you, it's been on my mind all day, this whole, you know, how it got stuck. I took the weights off and I went to pick it up and the paper came up with it and I literally was like screaming. My husband's like, "What's the matter with you?" I'm like, "Oh, my paper's stuck." So, anywho, I fixed it. It's fine. And hoping now with the resin, it just, oh, I didn't heat it up. What am I doing? Hold on, I gotta heat up the resin. There we go. So what that does is it warms it up and makes it easier to push around. And it also pops a lot of the bubbles on the surface, which I will then heat again to pop any other bubbles that may have surfaced after that. All right, so this is super weird because I'm literally going over these holes that are filling up with resin. So we'll see if this was a good idea or a bad idea. Remember, I'm learning. All right, and so while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you guys, I couldn't tell you in the intro because I actually recorded the intro to this video way before I even released my last video, where I had asked you guys for help regarding the Halls lollipops for Lucas. And let me just say, you guys delivered. I have the best viewers, the best followers, the best subscribers. When I tell you, I was bombarded by emails from so many people, you know, saying, you know, they found them for me, they'd like to send them to me. And I'm not talking just like one pack. They're like, "I bought 5 packs for you. I bought 10 packs for you. I bought 20 packs for you." And I'm like, oh my goodness, like I don't need that many. And some people even, because they already have my address, because they're clients of mine and they have my address already, they're like, "Yeah, I already bought them. They've already been shipped." And I'm like, oh. So I cannot thank you all enough for, you know, your like kindness and generosity. I'm gonna have, or Lucas is going to have lollipops for life. I kid you not. I can't even tell you how many packages of Halls lollipops are being shipped to me in the next couple of weeks. But I will say this, because I'm getting so many and I literally won't have, he won't suck on those until, like, he'll have them till he's like 30 at this rate. I'm telling you, there's so many coming. I'm going to share the wealth, and I'm going to share it with my nieces and nephews and our friends down the road and some neighbors who also have little toddlers. So I am going to hand them out and give out to some of our friends and family, because there's no way, I'm telling you, there's probably over 50 packs of Halls coming my way. Now, before you guys think, well, why didn't you just tell people to stop? I did. I commented and pinned it in my video and saying, I don't need any more Halls. And, you know, I got emails where people were like, I ordered them off Amazon and I've had them cancel their order. Luckily, they're able to cancel the order. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of Halls coming my way, and I cannot thank you guys enough for your generosity, honest to goodness. All right, let's heat this up. Pop any bubbles. Okay, so before I move on, I'm going to, my hands are clean, right? I'm gonna take this one glove off just in case I have resin on it and I don't want to get it on these ticks. All right, so yeah, this was a much better idea. This will make them stick in here like glue. This is a great idea. And any resin that pools out will level itself out. I'm also going to hit it one more time with the heat gun because there's some air bubbles coming up. Okay. I'm going to finish putting these in. I'll be right back. I'm going to speed you guys up. All right, so all the ticks are in, and I'm just checking for any fluffs or anything that is not supposed to be there. And I'm going to hit it one more time with the heat gun. All right, that should do it. And I don't cover it, so it is what it is. I never cover my resin pieces. So do I have just, I see a little black fluffer there. There we go. I'm going to make sure there's no fluffs in here, and I'm going to walk away, and that is it. No one is allowed down into the basement until tomorrow. So that is it. Oh gosh, it looks so perfect. You can't even see the flaws from the boo-boo I made earlier. Wow, it really does cover it all. Oh, there's a goober in here. Oh, look at that. Where are my tweezers? Look, there's a chunk of something. Oh, I got it. See, this is why you got to check everything so carefully, because the problem with this is if it was a regular canvas and I got a hair in it, I'd sand it and just put another coat on, but I can't really do that with all these ticks in here. So this thing has to end up perfect or I'm going to have a problem. All right, that's it. I'm finished. So I'm going to come back tomorrow morning and it's going to be done. I'm going to put the clock hands and we'll be done. So I will see you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It is the next morning and I am pretty stoked, pretty happy. I am so thrilled with how this piece turned out. So it is perfect. The resin dried perfectly, not a hair, not a fluff, nothing. You cannot, and like, I mean, you would literally have to like look this close down to see any flaws from my mistake that happened with the paper sticking. Resin is very helpful in covering, you know, little mistakes, stuff like that. It doesn't always work, but it does definitely cover oopsies. So in my case, it worked really well. And these are so perfectly straight and everything worked out super duper well. And I am really loving this piece. I actually really like it so much that I'd like to keep it, but I'm not. It is going to be available for purchase for anyone who is interested in this piece. But yeah, I've already gone ahead and here, let me turn it around this way. I've peeled the tape off the back. This is what the back looks like. I have gone ahead, stamped it, signed it, and I always put the video number to all my pieces on my paintings. That way, whoever buys it knows what video number their piece was created in. So that's what the back looks like. Perfectly clean. Look how clean everything is. So let me just flip it back, put it back up here. Nope, it goes like this. Sorry. There we go. There it is. there it is. So there you go. 20-inch clock from Bear Woods. Again, the link will be in the description below, where you can save also 5% off your order using code Kanella, all capital letters, just my name. And the clock kit comes with all of this. So it comes with the board, the ticks, the clock hands, and the clock mechanism. Now, you notice here the clock mechanism, it's gold. So I do have silver spray paint, and I might spray paint it. I probably will spray paint it. Or if you don't have spray paint, you can use your, I don't have an open one here. Where's all my open markers? Or you can use your Lolivefe silver marker. Actually, I should have done that. I might just do that. I will just color it silver because it just really is a little weird that it's gold. But that being said, I am ridiculously happy with the results on this, even after my boo-boo. So if anyone is interested in this piece, you can email me at canellaciraco@gmail.com. And yeah, I really hope you guys learned from this video. And again, this is the first time I did this, and I wanted to record it because if there were any mistakes, which clearly there were, I wanted you guys to see them so that way you're not making the same mistakes I did. But yeah, so I really hope you learned something. I hope you give it a try because it really wasn't that hard. Time consuming, yes, because there's multiple steps to it, but not hard at all. And now that I've done one, I could probably easily do another one, no problem. So yeah, I'm super happy with how this turned out. I love it. And the fact that they have the ticks in different colors. So they have silver, white, black, gold, and rose gold. I checked the website. So there's 5 different colors that you can get. But yeah, there you go. I'm super excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, check out the links on the website below. Come and see me in Dallas, Texas for the Fluid Art Experience. There's less than 3 weeks before I'm there. So if you'd like to come and learn how to Dutch pour with me, come and take some of my classes. And that is it. That is it for me. I don't know what else to say, but I'm just so excited about how this piece turned out. I love it. I love it. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and happy Halloween to all the little kitties out there. I hope they have a good and safe Halloween. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.